Hi guys, welcome to Crypto Time channel. So as usual, we'll see today our weekly analysis, summarized version. So just a quick reminder that we've been posting technical analysis, price action, and through our other platforms. So please consider go there and follow us on Twitter, Instagram. And here we have the Bitcoin daily chart. As you can see, we have these, these rectangles representing different zones, as well as these lines here. So let's kick off, today's video talking about this. As we predicted before, not based on the noise, but based on the charts. All right. So here we have what we call, the envelope. So this blue rectangle. So the price was moving sideways, back in July and June this year. All right. So and then we have this yellow rectangle, this upper rectangle here, which we call the pullback zone, which basically is the expected region where the Bitcoin price would go and reach. All right, so that happened here, on 8th July and as well as the 18th July. It was the first two times the price hits when the price hits that zone. All right, so. And of course, we have it's a zone, so we have the price going up here a little bit, but this is the first pullback zone. We have another one right up here as well. So we are expecting more, to see the price reaching this region rather than go to the upper region. And that happened several times. So as you can see, the price this is a daily chart, and so several days the price was moving within and near that pullback zone. Okay, and again here we have the the help of this white line, which is the 8 weeks EMA. So that's a very important indicator, guys. So don't close your eyes to those two EMAs. I'll talk about this one, the red one, in a minute. But those two can help you to to guide you through what's going on with the price of an asset. So you can use that to every single asset here in crypto as well as in the traditional markets. Okay, so. Just for instance, so once the price, is moving below the white line, so below the 8 weeks EMA, so that means it's not a good time to be in the market. Okay, so it's not a good time, to buy assets or to keep, your assets in case you are playing this, this game of buying and selling assets. Okay, if you're talking about here on for the long term, for the long run, so that actually doesn't really matter if you kind of are super busy. But again, our channel is not made for professional traders. It's not made for those who want to be and to become a professional trader. So this is more about like how you can, as a professional of other professions, and you have family, you are super busy, but on another hand, you want to have more control, to have more understanding of the market, so you could manage better your investments here in crypto or in traditional markets, especially in crypto. Okay, as the name suggests. So that's the purpose, okay, to help especially those people. All right, but if you are like even a professional trader, or you want to see a different approach, or for some reason you want to enjoy this content, so that's obviously is fine as well. But keep in mind is the purpose of this channel, and we are here to help these people, and I'm in that list. Okay, I'm including myself, so to better manage their investment portfolio. Okay, so again, we were expecting here, we were using the help of those two EMAs, so the 8 weeks, and here we have the 80. So if I go here, so we have the 8 weeks here. So if I turn it off, turn it back on, so you can see the help of the 8 weeks EMA, as well as the 80 days. So that's the difference. So the 80 days EMA, we have in that red line. So I'm turning on, turn it off, turn it back on, so you can see that. So the idea here is, once the price is below the white line, then it's not a good time to be in the market. It's not like the best time to be bullish, and that adding up to that, you can see the red line, so the 80 days moving average above the white line. So that's it's another signal where is not a good time, of buying to buy assets to be in the market. Okay, so if we go back, just for instance, just for a bit, so we can go back here and we see, okay, we see here the lines. So the white line, so with the fastest between the two, so crossing above the red line, so indicating a good time to buy, in this case Bitcoin. But here we see, once you lose the 8 weeks EMA, that's a red flag right there. Okay, and as you can see, we lose here the 8 weeks EMA. Let me zoom in, just help people watching on different device. So here we have the white line, and then the price breaking through the, and we're losing this EMA, and then we kind of retest here and we lose again. So we keep, the price keeps like below the white line. So that's a very that's a red flag right here. Okay, guys. So, and as you can see, after that the price goes and it's just a dump. All right, so the price start moving below the white line, and to support that, we have our red line, so the 8 days EMA, so crossing again over the white line. So we have now the fast EMA below, the lowest EMA between the two. So that's red flag. The things here will go south, and that's the truth. And as you can see, that happens right here. Okay, the price is starting like retesting the 8 weeks EMA, and just didn't broke above, and we've been seeing that like going forever here now. Okay, let's go back here. So this just to illustrate the use of those two EMAs. You can go and check that every time. Let's just go back here quickly. So if you go back, you see when the price is moving above the white line is the best time to be in the market. So and take all the profits. But once the price goes below, so that's a red flag, at least a yellow flag, because again we have to wait a retest, so we can take our positions right there if we want to keep or your assets, or if you want to sell your assets. But the perfect scenario is when you have the price above the white line and the white line above the red line. Okay, so as you can see here, from October 2020 until here April 2021. Okay, so we got like a very good profit right here. So just a very quick measurement here. So we could get here something like over 400% here. Okay, or even here 400%. All right. I was using the rule. Okay. Let me go back here, and so to show the zones again. So now we've been tracking and looking closely the behavior of the Bitcoin price for especially this in this bear market. So people sometimes they are bullish just because the price goes up for a couple of days, but they don't realize that that's just a retest, as you can see here. So the price reached the the bottom of this envelope, and then goes right up to the 8 weeks EMA, which acts as a very strong resistance in this case. Okay, and then goes back down, goes back up again, and breaks through, and and hits the 8 days EMA, as you can definitely see here. Reaches that region, goes back, breaks below. So there's no reason to be bullish right here. Okay, guys. Of course, we use different indicators, oscillators, all that good stuff. You don't need to use a bunch of those, but at least a couple of them. All right. And we have to keep in mind, guys, that we are facing a recession, all over the place, and war in Ukraine, all that stuff going on. We are paying the COVID bill, so there's no reason to be very bullish. Okay, not even bullish, unless you are doing like short term trades. Then you can use these analysis to kind of, okay, I'm gonna buy when the price reaches this level, and then I'm gonna sell once the price reaches the 8 weeks EMA. So those are kind of short term swing trade or even day trade. But one thing we have to to keep in mind is the retest zone. Okay, and the retest zone is basically the price reaches the on the 18th June the 17K region. Okay. Excuse me. And once the price reaches that level, then we have to mark that region, because I have another video talking about the the zones, how to spot the pullback zones. All that is part of our concepts playlist. So I'm gonna leave the link in the description. You can check it out later. But the thing is, the market has memory. So once we reach like a very important zone, which was the 17K, for instance, so a bottom or a top, especially this one, because previously the Bitcoin price didn't go below the previous top. So the top, the high level of the previous cycle. Okay, so the all-time high of the previous cycle, so which was 20K back in 2018. But then with a totally different scenario we are facing now, then the price reached 17K, and so we can expect, and I'm saying with confidence, that we will see the price going there once again. All right, so the price will go and retest that zone. I don't know if it's gonna be like next week, but that doesn't matter. You can mark that zone. So I called the retest zone. So there's a lower yellow rectangle right here. So just because it's kind of a zone, so don't try to to do the the bull's eye thing here. So this is zone. So I have marked here, and we can expect to see. And we've been posting that in our other platforms. So Twitter, Instagram, this technical analysis, price action. So consider go there and follow us on our other platforms as well. And people were seeing these high lows and high highs here. So this movement here, and they are like become very bullish. And again, there was no reason for that. Okay, this is just could be just the dead cat bounce. All right. And if we go and change the the chart, and oh sorry, just before we change the chart here, so we have the retest zone, and if you lose this zone, the next support level would be the 16K region or level. All right, here there's a yellow line here. Okay, so that's just for reference. All right, so but it's very likely we'll see the Bitcoin price going towards to 17K once again. Okay, so if you want to buy Bitcoin, if you want to do to buy more Bitcoin, you could leave open orders at that level. Okay, at 17 and a half, 17K, something like that. That again, this is just one scenario which is very likely to happen, but that doesn't mean the price won't go lower. Okay, so we have to be careful. Okay, because if you go all in, which I don't recommend, so at that level, and expect to to have spot the major bottom of Bitcoin, and the price goes and reaches the 16 and so on, and keeps falling. So that's not good. That's definitely not good for anybody. All right. So but you can buy cheaper at the cheaper price right here at 17K. All right. So let me change the charts. So here we have this a couple of oscillators, just pointing out the overbought regions. So here's the same as the Bitcoin chart, but now it's a weekly chart. So every candle represents a week. So you can see we have a very big red candle right here. Okay. So and we expect that. So if you see the stock RSI is which is this one. Let me zoom in. Oops. So we can see the stock RSI reaching the overbought region or level here. So again, the RSI is not bullish. To be bullish using RSI is these lines has to be the purple line especially has to be above the 50 level region here, which is the middle line of this range of this rectangle. Okay, so right here, and it's very very far from that. And the MACD as well, just showing maybe short term here, but not good. Okay, the OBV on the red zone here, which is not good as well. So I'm just gonna zooming in again here a bit here. So you can use those tools to help you navigate through the scenarios. All right. So if you're doing like short-term trading, you could spot a good opportunity to have some profits. And again, let's use the rule here. For instance, if you have bought something in here, here, and you could have around let's say 30% of profits, roughly. Okay, roughly. So if you're trading, but if you are so very busy with your stuff and family and all that, so at least, and you're more investing than trading, then you don't need to worry much about looking at into charts every day or every couple of hours. So but at least when would be the best time to buy or not to buy. All right, buy or not to buy, that's a good question. So here we have as well another thing indicating like very bearish actually sentiment here, so which was this rising wedge pattern. So every time we have these guys, and people they close their eyes to the simple things, and they believe if you use the more complicated things, will make the job or will make everything better, and that's not the truth. Okay, the truth is the simple things always works. Always work, the simple things. So the basic all works. Okay, and of course you can add some stuff there, here and there, bits and bobs, but okay, if you keep with the basic, so you'll be safe. Okay, and here we have it. Okay, the rising wedge pattern, the price here moving within this pattern, losing steam. You can see the volume, not the peaks, but the overall volume is moving down while the price is moving up. So here is losing steam. We have all the scenarios I just told you a few minutes ago. So we could expect some time to have this dump here, and here we have. So that's I know there are a lot of people out there trying to sell some sort of scenario, let's go to the moon, stuff like that, but come on guys, okay, let's keep to the basics. Follow people that actually want to help other people, not to to sell BS. You got the picture. So keep your eyes on people on channels or platforms or whatever that actually try to help other people. All right, not to sell BS things to you. Okay, so here we have this pattern, and if I change here, this now is 4 hours at chart, and I left here this these drawings for several days now, several days. I draw this here and I left. So because here we have the pattern again, here we have the pattern, but I know this is much nicer, but the idea is the same. So we have the rising wedge pattern, which is a bearish pattern, and I had these these white lines here back in the days, back in end of July or something. So expecting to see the price movement going within this, and sometime in the future going back to retest that 17k region, 17k level. And here we have it. Look, here we have it after all these days. So these yellow lines are just to represent a possible scenario, very likely possible scenario. And after all these days, we are seeing here now happening. Okay, so patience is key. So if I go back and show, I had another analysis where I showed these patterns happening. So you see, every time we have that, we can expect the price to fall. Okay, we can expect a dump. All right, so you can go back. That happens. That happens and is very reliable price action analysis. But here we have it. Okay, so it's happening. So it's happening here. Let's go and change to another one. Yeah, here is the weekly chart, and those two lines here, the white lines, represent the possible pullback zones, and as I said back in this one, so we have the pullback zone here. Okay, and as I said before, this was the most probable region, but the price went kind of a little bit over that level, a little bit above that level, which is this line right here. Okay, this upper line. So the upper, so we have two lines, two white lines. It's basically the two possible zones where the price would reach in a pullback event. Okay, and that's that. So we see this weekly chart. So we see from a couple of weeks, the price goes and actually touched for 3 weeks actually here. So here, this candle right here, and then this one right here, and finally this week here. Okay, and now it's going back down. Right, so we didn't see the price going towards to touch actually this upper line here, which is the 26K, and to be bullish, that's why we have this yellow arrow here, because to be bullish we would have to see the price moving above this white line. Okay, so let me see if I can explain better. So the idea was to see the price goes above this first white line here, breaking through, going back to retest, and successfully retest and go back up, and then we would enter at this level here. Okay, which is this a very important pivot. All right, so we would enter right here, somewhere here. Okay, so this is a weekly chart, and that didn't happen. So that's the idea, to see different approaches and different drawings and indicators. Not much, as you could see, not much, just enough to understand that okay, I think it's time to get my profits, or I think it's time to to get out of the market, or it's time to wait, to wait more for this retest here. Okay, so I can place my orders and wait. So patience is key. So don't be fooled by news and Twitter and all these noise. There are more noise out there than anything else. So again, let's keep our eyes on the charts, to make the better decisions. And I said that back in a couple of days ago. Actually, I said that, I posted that on Twitter, that was not time to buy anything, because we were approaching the profit zones. Okay, we were approaching the profit zones based on our analysis here, and people were seeing these movements, these higher lows and higher highs here, and they were, okay, now you're bullish, let's go to the moon, all that conversation. And we knew that we were approaching, the take profits zone, and that's here. It's happening here. So the people are taking profits, okay, and all that stuff as well about the futures contracts being closed, all that other stuff. But the main important thing here is to understand where are the zones, the most important zones, and where where we can expect, or when we can expect, not when, but where we would expect to see the price in a near future, in a long term, or whatever. So, guys, I think that's the summarized analysis for this week. Leave in the comments down below if you like this kind of approach in our channel, if you like to, this kind of analysis, to bring as simple as possible so everyone can understand, everyone can see that actually works. So leave your comments down below, subscribe, and hit that bell so you can get the latest from our channel. We also have different types of video, such as concepts, mindset, even trade strategy, if you like to to do your first steps into trading. So again, subscribe, hit that bell, okay? Follow us on Twitter, Instagram. My name is Gil, and I see you on the next video.